Sheila, Bila Balaye.
Oh, 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 we are the rainbow warriors. Here we come to take you home. We are the freedom fighters, and a glorious day is still to come. I can remember when such a long time ago I was a medicine woman, witch doctor and shaman. Later I found myself into the skin of a slave, singing the blues to overcome the pain of the chains. Today I've got blue eyes and a really wet skin, but I will carry forever the memories of suffering. Times are here, they all say the same thing. The time has come for us to come together again. From the west and the north, from the east and the south, the time has come for us all to unite again. We are the rainbow warriors. Here we come to take you home. We are the freedom fighters, and a glorious day will surely come. As sure as we've had a long way to walk, feel your heart responding to the drum talk. I want to tell you about a shaman I met some years ago. He is the most genuine man I've ever met here down low. He's carrying the chanupa, although he lives in two white skin too. But a native would easily believe he's a native too. I want to honor this shaman, as well as all the family. May this song give you strength when you'll be on the hill. May this song help us be one with the spirit of peace. So you see, pay attention not only to what your eyes can see, because what your eyes can see is not always the same as what your heart can feel. You have to listen to your heart, always, also when you're in doubt. Because your heart, the deepest essence of your being, will never lie to you. So hear the call and take heed, as today the drum is beating for you. And it is telling you to be on your way, as the winds of change are on their way too. Oh, 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 we are the rainbow warriors. Here Yase.
The Five Spirit Warriors of the Rising Soul. Spirituality by Gary Z. McKee. The path of the spiritual warrior is not soft and sweet. It is not artificially blissful and pretend forgiving. It is not fearful of divisiveness. It is not afraid of its own shadow. It is not afraid of losing popularity when it speaks the truth. It will not beat around the bush where directness is essential. It has no regard for vested interests that cause suffering. It is benevolent, and it is fiery, and it is cuttingly honest in its efforts to liberate itself and humanity from the egoic ties that bind. Shunning strong opinions in the name of spirituality is anti-spiritual. Spirituality that is only floaty soft is a recipe for disaster, allowing all manner of manipulation to run amok. Real spirituality is a quest for truth in all its forms. Sometimes we find the truth on the meditation cushion, and sometimes we find it in the heart of conflict. May all spiritual warriors rise into fullness. The planet is lost without them. By Jeff Brown. To understand what is involved in the individual experience of archetypes, we need to understand that the experience is more than just physiological. It is extremely spiritual and monumentally existential. We are quite literally manifesting the macrocosm within the microcosm of the human experience. It's a Promethean act, if ever there was one. We are audaciously downloading an experience that could be considered the knowledge of the gods, and then transforming it into mortal power that we can use practically. We are actualizing the divinity of the cosmos through our own individuation. This kind of experience serves as an extremely powerful link between us and the universe. Each archetype brings forth its own energy, its own quintessence, its own personality, which is simply just an aspect of who we are. Archetypes are both philosophical and spiritual tools that we can use to help leverage our unique contributions in an infinite reality. The White Warrior. The visionary starts with a clean sheet of paper and reimagines the world by Malcolm Gladwell. White warriors are the new warriors, the innocent acolytes of soulful intent. These warriors ask, who or what will rise up to fill the imagination void? And they answer, it might as well be me. They have that naive courage that has the audacity to be a fresh force for progressive change. They may or may not have heeded Machiavelli's warning. There is nothing more difficult to execute than to introduce a new order of things, for he who introduces it has all those who profit from the old system as his enemies, and even if they had heard it, they would dare to introduce a new order of things anyway. Their gusto alone challenges any and all outdated and parochial systems. They declare to the powers that be, your power is an illusion. As a side note, like the New World Order, it is a delusion, an illusion. Your freedom is nothing more than smoke and mirrors hiding slavery. Peace cannot come from war. I see that now. I am leaving you behind to create something new, something healthier, something free, something true. Meditate on the root and sacral chakras. The Red Warrior. You haven't yet opened your heart fully to life, to each moment. The peaceful warrior's way is not about invulnerability, but absolute vulnerability to the world, to life, and to the presence you felt. All along, I've shown you by example that a warrior's life is not about imagined perfection or victory. It is about love. Love is a warrior's sword. Wherever it cuts, it gives life, not death. By Dan Millman. Red warriors are full of passion and desire for the crucible of life, longing to learn from the heartaches, soul shocks, and wake-up calls of life. They wear their emotions on their sleeve. They have their heart to the grindstone, sharpening it to the quick, and they are always ready to use it with an eros of the Most High. Should they meet Buddha on their travels, he will be cut. However, their absolute vulnerability is a double-edged sword. On the other side, it is wide open, and it learns from love. On the other side, its openness cuts deep, and it learns from pain. Spiritual blood is inevitable. They practice hard love, and they seek to perfect the subtle art of secret anger. Their spiritual appetite is voracious, indeed, but don't confuse their fury and rage with violence and cruelty. Their fire is the fire of nonviolence and peaceful resistance. They won't fight back with fists or weapons, but they will not be pacified either, for love does not imply pacifism. They are the courageous David facing down the tyrannical Goliath, and they are willing to die bringing water to the wasteland. Meditate on the solar plexus and heart chakras. The Black Warrior. Everyone carries a shadow, and the less it is embodied in the individual's conscious life, the blacker and denser it becomes. By Carl Jung. More than any other warrior, except maybe Rainbow, they are in tune with death, and so they are more in tune with life. They understand the power of living between worlds. Without darkness, nothing comes to birth. There is no energy without opposites, and so they strive to shine light on the darkness, not to be sneaky or immoral, but to become more self-actualized and whole. Their raison d'etre is to force the shadow into consciousness. Because of this, they are sometimes purposely contrarian to the warrior spirit. They are heyokas and sacred clowns. They do this to shake things up, to humble the warrior's process. They know that in the shadows lies their humility. Indeed, if nature and pain are the best teachers, then the shadow is arguably the third. There are more secrets in the universe in a teaspoon of shadow than in all the sun's light, and the Black Warrior strives to discover these secrets. The Black Warrior is always tenderly wrestling and lovingly negotiating with their shadow, so as to bring these hidden dimensions to light. They declare to the world, I'll count cup on mine. I'll count coup on my shadow for you, if you'll count coup on your shadow for me. They vow to fight the good fight with their shadow so as to keep from spewing their darkness onto those around them. Meditate on the throat chakra. More than any other warrior, except maybe Rainbow, they are in tune with death, as had been covered before. The Green Warrior. The basic difference between an ordinary person and a warrior is that a warrior takes everything as a challenge, while an ordinary person takes everything either as a blessing or a curse, by Carlos Castaneda. If you'll note in the picture of the Green Warrior, though he may be holding a samurai sword or a ninja sword, the sword in itself is not the main point. Look at the picture closely and you will see a phrase by Bodhi Sanders. Warriors confront the evil that most people refuse to acknowledge. As an example, the evil New World Order. Green warriors are fiercely interdependent and sensitive to interconnected energy. Their third eyes are wide open to the astonishing synchronicities of life. They fluently speak a language older than words. Their echo-conscious power arises from spiritual contact with the earth and a sense of awe for the cosmos as a miraculous whole. They are all about rebirth, synergism, and interconnectivity. They seek to heal all types of nature deprivation, where the human animal has become autistic or disassociative in its relationship with the natural world. They understand that this disassociation arises from the apparent psychosomatic split between spirit and flesh. They seek to heal the divide between the microcosm and the macrocosm by revealing how both are needed to put the whole into holistic. They are echo warriors, disaster shamans, and the fifth horseman of the apocalypse. Their eco-moralism trumps any and all outdated notions of morality, and so they have moved beyond good and evil. They are light travelers who travel light and no longer have the need to own things. They understand, as Krishnamurti did, that the earth is there to be loved, to be cared for, and not to be divided as yours and mine. It is foolish to plant a tree in a compound and call it mine. Meditate on the third eye chakra. The Rainbow Warrior. When birds fall from the sky and the animals are dying, a new tribe of people shall come unto the earth from many colors, classes, and creeds, and who by their actions and deeds shall make the earth green again. They will be known as the Warriors of the Rainbow, a Hopi prophecy. In the picture of this respected, I believe it's a chief or medicine man holding what looks like a paintbrush, there is a word of wisdom to be taken into consideration. The Warriors of the Rainbow would show the people that the Great Spirit is full of love and understanding, and teach them how to make the earth beautiful again. Rainbow warriors see the big picture through the accumulation of all the different warrior perspectives. With a question mark in their heart and a teacher in their soul, they are walking, talking, breathing meditations. They have merged their consciousness with cosmic consciousness, and they are able to bring forth sacred knowledge. A rare bird indeed, they have moved beyond the lower vibrations of survival and fear to the higher vibrations of forgiveness and love. But this doesn't mean that they cannot still tap into the lower energies or become the white, red, black, or green warriors at any given time. They are chameleon warriors, able to assume and subsume most masks and channel most forms of energy. They are the calm in the storm. When the rest of the world is falling apart, they are busy falling into place in order to be the one who can put things back together again. They realize that love is a basic building block of the universe, and they are architects par excellence. They plant seeds of moderation and love, and the earth responds with healthy ecosystems, and people respond with happiness in their hearts. They are the sustainable change our unsustainable world has been waiting for. Meditate on the crown chakra. We all want change and great things in our lives, yet most of us just seek to settle and find a groove. There is enough dust to settle in this world. What we need are more fearless warrior spirits to get out there to shake things up in this realm. So the time has come to reach for the stars will not come down to you. By Alistair Valadez. Okay, as a conclusion to the Rainbow Warriors Secret Society presentation, I would like to add my own experience. Granted, it's not very big, but at the time when I still processed it, and because I know the truth of all things here in the United States, 18,000 plus guillotines ready to chop off the heads of men, women, and children, Christian saints and Jews, or any race for that matter, for an evil new world order. My part, because as I believe, although I could be wrong, Rainbow Warriors are chosen at the usual age of 16 to about roughly, maybe about 35. An exception was made for me because I know about the corruption of our government, so I had a 4-year term starting at 40, and my term ended at 44. Not that elderly can't do something in the Rainbow Society, but it is for the young at heart to protect the elderly as well as the young children who are the next generation of the humanity. So, if you've heard the words correctly, there's always a choice. A governor, senator, congressman, I don't care who it is, not even the US president can take away your freedom of choice. It doesn't require, even though backed by the US Constitution, to have freedom of choice. It is a God given right. So, the alternative then I would ask, based on the Rainbow Warrior message that has been put to you today, do you prefer the United Federation of Planets or the New World Order? Now, most of you hearing this would probably scoff and laugh. Oh, you're just a Trekkie throwing in some silly nonsense or something like that. All Star Trek is a fan club. Well, think back to the history. Wasn't there a man called, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't it Robert Goddard or something like that? And he once made the claim, one day man will land on the moon. And I bet you back then, everybody laughed at him and scoffed at him. Oh, you're just a nut job. You're a real nutcase. Nobody's going to land on the moon. And then what happened? Neil Armstrong was the first man to land on the moon. I think it's all about putting in effort. Stop the scoffing and laughing. Those who scoff and laugh want to worship the devil, take the RFID chip in their head and hand, and do the New World Order, because they are from evil secret societies like Freemasons and Illuminati and the Bohemian Grove, where it's supposed to be okay to dance naked, gay or straight, around the false god Moloch, which, thanks to Alex Jones, had been blown wide open, and it ticked off some kind of guy who is into politics. It's called effort. Humanity can step forward and put in the effort based on what the Rainbow Warriors are trying to say and decide, let us make the choice. We choose life. We choose light, not darkness. Humanity's destiny does not lay with an RFID chip in the head or hand, or to be enslaved at a FEMA death camp, no different than that of the Nazis of World War II, although they call them FEMA detention centers. The only difference between them is the technology. Humanity's destiny is to finally go to that which has yet to be discovered, the galaxy and beyond. That is our destiny. So all mankind has to do is decide to make the United Federation of Planets a reality. I can only hope that humanity, whether I grow old and go to my rewards, hopefully good ones, because I still try to put in the effort, though I do backslide a bit, and in my sinful ways, but I always come back. Nevertheless, what will become of the world after I go? Will humanity choose the light and move forward, or choose darkness, like the New World Order, and be as extinct as the dinosaurs? Maybe some alien will look at our skeleton and say, oh, that was once a human, but they chose something called the New World Order. Now they had a disease that had no cure, and so now they all got wiped out. We have the power to make the right choice. Will you? This is a message from a representative or member of the Hopi tribe, and who I believe is also a respected Native American, possibly a rainbow warrior. This is their message and prayer. I would like to share my Hopi prayer with you, to share blessings with everyone who comes through. Let me walk in beauty, and make my eyes ever behold the red and purple sunset. Make my hands respect the things you have made, and my ears sharp to hear your voice. Make me wise so that I may understand the things you have taught our people. Let me learn the lessons you have hidden in every leaf and rock. I seek the strength not to be greater than my brother or sister, but to fight my greatest enemy, myself. Make me always ready to come to you with clean hands and straight eyes, so that all that we do now must be done in a secret manner and in celebration. We are the ones we've been waiting for. Shnepi Tewa, blessings. Quimic is a fifth generation Chicano Purhipichqua from Venice, California. graph artists now mostly creating via digital design mediums and channels. A native indigenous spiritual run organizer since 2005. I stay active in building, educating, and defending Indian self-identity values, sacred science, and knowledge of self. I also do presentations for high schools, colleges, and community learning spaces.
I am not alone, but guided by the one. My Mother Earth below me, my Father shining sun. Into the dark I go, but I will never run. I walk with those who know me, invoke my guardian. There I face the demons who torment humanity, and with my love I free them, bring them back to the frequency. Oh, I can hear them pleading, because the truth is their suffering. And with the light inside and all my guides, I hold the key. We hold the key. What's the point in having so much light if we never bring it to the night? When the path is clear, then surely we will know that there can never be light without the shadow. No, there can never be light without the shadow. Warriors of the rainbow, gather your strength for the battle. Weapons of love, unconditional. Take no prisoners, we are liberators. Victory universal. Take no prisoners, we are liberators. Victory universal. First we go inside and find all those who hide. Embrace our deepest fears, humble the ego and the pride. Taking space and time to master the mind. Let the pain go with precious tears. All anger and judgment subside, all bitterness subside. And here we find compassion that can transform humanity. Come together as one, bring the earth back to harmony. Oh, let the past be undone, because there's no need for suffering. And when we heal ourselves, we heal each other as well. And this This is the key. We hold the key. What's the point in having so much light if we never bring it to the night? When the path is clear, then surely we will know that there can never be lights without the shadow. No, there can never be lights without the shadow. Warriors of the rainbow, gather your strength for the battle. Weapons of love, unconditional. Take no prisoners, we are liberators. Victory you never sold. Take no prisoners, we are liberators. Victory you never sold. Children of high intuition, time to remember your mission. Bring back the garden to fruition. Fulfill the prophecy as it was meant to be. All we need is within. Fulfill the prophecy as it was meant to be. All we need is within. With our unity, there is harmony. Now humanity is asunder. With this frequency, there is clarity. Welcome to